Well, hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic evening. Look, okay, y'all know it's 8 o'clock. And what happened at 8 o'clock during Christmas time? It's Dineen 12 Days of Christmas. Y'all know I love a song, but we are at day five. Day five. We're with the money cook, y'all. We are with the money cook. It is all about the coins. And we're going to talk about this conversation. Recession proof your finances. Okay, now see, I'm already excited because they got us walking around here in fear, like we can't get it together and we can't make it happen. But I am so clear that I got everything that I need to start getting some stuff in action, in motion, that the recession, if it comes, won't scare me. Like, it's all on belief system. I ain't even worried about it. All I know is this conversation right here is going to get you set up. So before we get into this conversation with the money cook, Kweyah cook, I want to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Dineen Merriweather. I am the CEO and founder of Queenpreneur's Jumpstart Program. It's the #1 training environment for women in the world looking to leverage their knowledge, ignite their passion, and build a highly profitable business. And you may be wondering, well, how in the world do you do that? Are you promising this? I promise that you're going to get your complete life. You're going to build your courage, confidence, and competence so you can accept, believe, and commit to what it is that God has called you to do. Because that's all that really matters here in this life, is that you do what God said that he told you to do. Period. To the .com. All right. So now get your pen and paper out. Because again, I don't want you to say I didn't set you up to win. I'm setting you up to win. Put it in the chat. She's setting us up to win. She's setting us up to win. She's setting us up to win. All right, look. Get your pen and paper. I'm about to give the money cook, Miss Kweyah Cook, an opportunity to introduce herself. But get your pen and your paper, because I don't want you to miss out on the nuggets that she will be dropping. So Kweyah, thank you so much for being here. I know that this is like your second year, I believe, in a row. Thank you for being a part of the 12 Days of Christmas. That means that she be coming with the realness, and I don't be wanting y'all to miss out. So I keep inviting her back, and I'm sure I'm going to invite her back again. So look, Kweyah, go ahead, introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are and what it is that you do.
Well, thank you so much, Dineen, for having me here. My name is Kweyah Cook. I am the founder of The Money Cook, and what we do is we specialize in helping women, specifically brown women and minority women, get their finances together, because we are so pivotal in our communities and what we do in our households, and it is important for us to make sure that we have our coins correct, so that way everything else can fall in place. So I am here today to talk to you about this recession that everybody's been hearing about. I don't want you to be scared about it. I want you to be prepared for it, and we're going to talk about that today.
See, I'm excited about that.
Right.
Like, yeah,
because nothing to be scared about. First of all, when you have God on your side, and there's nothing ever to be scared about, because we know that he's going to take care of us and he's going to provide for us. But at the same time, he wants us to be good stewards of what we have, and he wants us to utilize the people that he have blessed with certain talents in our network, in our community, to help us to get to that next level. So that's what we're going to do. We leveling up for 2023.
Okay, so, level up 2023. Put it in chat. Level up 2023. This is the conversation. This is a money conversation, another money conversation. And you don't ever get enough of money conversations. All right, so look, Kweyah, what are we going to tell the people? Tell me what the first point that you're going to make about preparing us for this recession and making our finances recession proof.
Okay, so before we get into the 5 points, I want to just give the definition of what a recession is so people can understand it, right?
Okay, I'm for that.
So what it is, it's a significant, widespread, and prolonged downturn in economic activity. So in other words, for people who, may not be in finance and economics, it's 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, which is gross domestic product. So it's just 2 consecutive quarters of an economic downturn, so to speak. It can be severe or it can be very minimal, but it's just negative. So I want to put that out there, because I feel like the word recession scares people and they don't necessarily understand what it is. Okay. Yes. So how do you prepare yourself? The first thing that you're going to do is live below your means. What do I mean by that? That means that oftentimes if you work a traditional 9 to 5, or I think any job, you get these cost of living increases, or you get small raises, or you may have gotten a promotion, or you may have come into some money. The goal is to live at the same rate, at the same pace. So if I get a promotion, in January, and my salary is going to increase 10 or 15%, I'm not going to start living at that 10 or 15% salary. I'm going to continue to stay where I am right now because it's already working for me, right? Like if you already have your budget, you get your groceries, you're able to pay your bills and you're able to save, there's no reason for you to take that additional money and start spending it for no reason. So you want to continue to live below your means. I cannot stress that enough.
Thank you. I think that's great advice. Yeah, I see already in my future, my husband and I definitely have come across an opportunity, and he has a new opportunity that he will be starting in January. And girl, it's super.
Congrats, John.
Yes, it is super duper exciting. And this is definitely a conversation we're going to need to have to make sure that we stay where we are and don't get over excited about the blessings that God is allowing to come our
It's
way.
that part. Now, it's not to say don't do anything, right? It's not to say if you get a promotion to not, take advantage of it and to, and to treat yourself nicely and everything like that. But you don't want to overdo it. Like if you are driving a Honda and it's working for you, do not go and get a Benz just because you feel like you can afford that payment, because affording the monthly payment also doesn't mean that you can afford the car, but that's a conversation for a different day. So it's just really just making sure that you are living at a comfortable place where you're still able to do the things that you want to do, but then you're not overdoing it, because
But wait a minute.
it's so easy to overdo it.
Wait a minute. I think you need to say the comment about the car just one more time. We don't have to talk about it, but can you just say it one more time?
So if you are driving a Honda and that Honda is working for you and you have no issues, it's not broke down, it's not giving you any issues. Hondas are also good on gas. Just because you can afford a payment for a Benz or a BMW, that doesn't mean you go and get it. You ride that Honda until the wheels fall off, okay? And let me tell you, a lot of wealthy people, that's what they do. They're not out here driving Benzes and Porsches and all of the other things. Maybe they have one that they drive for fun because they made it to that point. But usually people who are trying to get to that level, they are taking their time and they're doing what works for them and not spending, because all that means is more money. Yeah, you can afford the payment, but can you afford the maintenance? If something happened, can you replace a tire?
Right.
How much of those oil changes going to be? It completely shifts your budget. So something to be mindful of.
Yeah, because them oil changes and them new tires will get you. That's all I'm saying. It will hit you over your head. And I get that sometimes, last thing about the car, I'm sorry, but I know that sometimes when you purchase cars now, they start including some of your maintenance inside of the purchase of the car or the payment. Just know that you are paying for it. It's not a free service, right? So if you could come and bring your car and get free oil changes, so they say, and rotation for your tires, oh, I promise you paying for it. So I think that's a great bundle, but just know all situations aren't like that, and all specials or packages are not created equal. So just make sure you do your homework before you go get this car, that you can afford the maintenance. Okay, enough of that. So live below your means. What's the next thing?
Wait. Hold on.
Okay.
You gotta read the fine print in that too, because those free oil changes and stuff that you're getting is not free. Somebody paying for it, and it's probably in your interest or in other fees and things like that. So don't always take that to the bank. But that leads us perfectly into point number 2. Cut expenses and pay off your debt.
Come on.
Okay. So in times like these, or in times that are coming, the one thing that you want to do is make sure that you have more cash flow and you have less debt. Why? Because in times like these, like in recessions, and even we're experiencing really high inflation, interest rates are higher. So if you're investing or if you're saving, that's great because you're getting higher interest on that money. But on the opposite end, the interest rates on your credit cards and on your debt, and the interest rates to get homes and stuff right now is really high. So if you do have debt, pay it off, especially if you can, right? Don't be carrying those balances just because you're like, I don't want to spend the money. I'm telling you to pay it off, because those interest rates, your credit card companies are increasing the interest rates on your credit card because it's not locked in, like when you get a mortgage or something like that. And as long as you're carrying that balance will be subjected to that, interest rate increase. So cut expenses and pay off your debt.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay, Kweyah, I'm gonna be all right. I ain't trying to put my business out here in the street, but I'm gonna say, I don't have no credit card debt. Thank you, Jesus. I don't have really no debt. I think I'm good right now. Thank you, Jesus, and I want to stay that way. Thank you, Lord. Anyway, yes. All right. So yes. What about number 3?
Okay, number 3. This is really important. Increase your income. Okay. Increase your income, have multiple streams of income, find ways to have more money coming in and less money coming out, right? So this all connects. So increasing your income, you can get a side hustle, you can get a part-time job if you want to, working at a restaurant or whatever it is. You can, there are so many things, like, you can sell things in your home that you're not using. You have clothes that you can't fit, because let me tell you, I put on some LBs and there are some clothes that I know I'm not getting back into those dresses.
What is the LB? You put on some LB
pounds. You know what it is. I'll put on some of those. And,
Me too.
And to be honest with you, I'm sort of liking the way that I look in this new weight. So there are some clothes that I know that I'm not even interested in fitting back in, but it's still good quality, right? And I haven't really worn it much. So that's an opportunity for you to go out and sell some things that you have. If you have, baby clothes or baby, carriers or anything like that, right, and you don't plan to have any more kids, people will buy these things secondhand, so there are so many ways. You got to get creative during this time, and how you increase your income, how do you sort of keep that money coming in. And you would be surprised if you took a couple of minutes and just walked around your house of the stuff that that's been sitting there for some years that you haven't touched, but can be really useful to someone else. You can probably make a whole lot of money doing that. Or if you love to shop, I have a really, really close friend who does this. She loves to shop. She gets all of the deals. And then you can go and then sell it back online, because people are wanting to pay $300 for a Gucci onesie for a baby. Not me, but there are some people out there that they want that. So
Not me either. I'm not that person.
Right? So what I'm saying is that there are so many opportunities, and just like sort of what Dineen mentioned earlier, is that she's not in that headspace. When this recession comes, it's not going to impact her that way. And there are so many people that have already set themselves up, so they're still going to be able to spend a little bit, and they're still going to be interested in living their lives as they should, as we should. So you still have an opportunity to get a side hustle, create a business, and do something, and still be successful at it, and bring in some money. Recession doesn't mean lack of opportunity.
Yeah, and you know what? This is just bringing me to another spiritual point. I told you that this blessing has come my way, and I just know, like, now during this conversation, like, oh my God, God has prepared us for already, whatever it is already that's on the way. And when we were having a conversation the other day and we were talking about recession, I was like, yeah, I really just believe that God already prepares you for everything that you're facing in advance. So whatever money, income, situation, setup that you needed, if you agree, put it in the chat. I agree. Now, not that you didn't mismanage it. Now, you probably mismanaged it. But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, oh, starting in January, the recession is coming. Oh, so maybe we do need whatever this increase is to help us do whatever it is that we were planning to do next year, right? So, again, it's telling me, let's continue to live below your means, Dineen. Go ahead and cut your expenses and pay off debt. Like, don't go wilding out. Don't mean you don't live good, but don't go wilding out. And then, of course, behind the scenes, me and Kweyah be having our conversation, increasing income and all that stuff. And, she already know what my money goal is, to add additional money into my business by the end of the year. And I'm past halfway there, just to let you know, if you remember what that number is, right? So I'm just saying, y'all think that these are not real conversations happening with real people? And if you don't have these type of conversations, you better start getting comfortable with having these conversations and getting around some people that's focused on their coins. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm good. So now let's talk about number four. Number four,
Okay.
what is it that we need to do?
Number 4, you need to stack your emergency fund.
Okay,
Like
help us with that.
This is really important. So an emergency fund, usually what I tell folks is that you should have 6 months of expenses in an emergency fund, right? So that is your basic living expenses. That's your rent, your mortgage, your bills, your whatever you need to continue to keep living in case
Your
there
gas,
is
your food, your
all of that.
telephones. Come
So
on, y'all.
basically, whatever your budget is for the month, because we talked about a budget a couple of times last year. I think I was on live with Dineen twice this year. So
Yep.
we've been talking about a budget. So y'all have a budget. We just want to say that y'all have a budget.
And if you don't have one, hold on. If you don't have one, go back and watch the videos and get your complete life. Like I think we did part 1 and part 2. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourselves if y'all didn't catch the videos and get your complete life. And I don't remember when it was. And I ain't going back and finding it for you. You go back underneath the Dineen Merriweather business page, go underneath videos. You might be able to search Kweyah, but if you can't, just scroll down the videos until you see her face. And when you see her face, you might want to stop.
Exactly.
You might want to stop.
Get that budget. So basically, whatever your budget is, whatever you're budgeting for a month, times that by 6. Okay. Because that is your expenses. But in times of recession, what can happen, as I mentioned before, you can have loss of income if you work in a corporate job. You've seen some companies already start talking about potentially laying off people.
Or have laid off people like 11,000.
Exactly. So laying off people, they have furloughs where sometimes you don't, completely lose your job, but they, reduce your income, right? They may say, hey, you're forced to take these 10 days off and we're going to dock your pay from it. And for some people, that can be a lot. So in this time right now, you want to be stacking up your emergency fund just in case you lose some of that income. And so if you can, and I'm extra, okay, and I understand that, 12 months worth of expenses if you can. And then you also want to take that money and put it into a high yield savings account. So earlier I mentioned about inflation and interest rates going up. So, your traditional banks, like your traditional really big commercial banks, Bank of America, Chase, stuff like that, you're getting nothing in those savings accounts. I would not put my money in a savings account there. But in some other ones, like, an Ally Bank or a Sally Mae savings account, their interest rates are going up to almost 3%. So it's so much better than the 0.1% that you might be getting at another bank. So move that money over. And if you have $20,000 sitting in there all the time, you're getting $50, $60 a month in interest into your savings account, which, okay, not big money, but it's a lot more than the $2 that you're going to be getting over there. Or definitely stack your emergency fund. Any additional cash that you have coming in from cutting your expenses, you sort of want to put that away.
Okay, so listen, y'all. I know that I haven't been telling y'all to take notes, but I see some of y'all in here in the chat. Y'all take the notes, scribes, hit the replay. I mean, if you replays, type in there that you're watching the replay. Share this video. This is the second money conversation, getting people ready for recession and dealing with inflation and all this other stuff. Y'all, stop playing. And it's Christmas time. Do not go out here spending money that you ain't got. Because guess what? Next year ain't the year that you think you're going to be able to earn it back. You may not be able to earn it back. You said that part? See, look, she's saying that part because that probably was in her sha-na-na-na-na-na-na, but it came up in my sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. And I'm telling you, do not wild out this Christmas. Now, whatever craziness you did for Black Friday, okay, we're gonna put that
already done.
It's spilled milk, and we can't get spilled milk back in the glass, no matter how hard we try. I don't care if you soak it up with a sponge and try to squeeze it, you still gonna lose some. It's still not gonna right, and you ain't gonna be able to drink it after it hit the counter and go through the sponge. Okay, so listen, don't wild out.
Right,
don't wild out because next year may not be the year that you can recoup from the wilding out for Christmas.
And that's such a great point, Dineen. I'm so glad that you brought that up. And there are still ways that you can continue to live and not do the most. Like, I am a person where I love giving. I love gift giving, and I would get everybody. And I have 3 sisters, I have kids now, I have nieces and nephews, and I have friends who have kids that I'm really close to, and I want to get everyone. But knowing that this time was coming, it was like, all right, I'm going to be more strategic. For the kids, I'm only going to do birthdays, right? For extended nieces and nephews, I'll do birthday gifts, not birthday and Christmas. And for, our immediate family, like my sisters and everything like that, we decided we're going to do a Secret Santa this year. Everybody picked one person, and that's the person that we're going to get a gift for. So you can still celebrate in the way that you want to celebrate, but maybe you tweak it a little bit, because we all got money goals, right? And we all don't want to be out here looking crazy next year, but we done got 50 million people Christmas gifts just 2 months prior.
Crazy.
So
don't feel the pressure. Don't succumb to the pressure, y'all. You better be thinking about your own situation that you got going on, and stop worrying about these people that you think worrying about you. They ain't worried about you, and they ain't gonna help you pay your bills. They ain't gonna help you pay your bills either. All right, I'm sorry. That's the realness in me, y'all. Y'all know I have to come with it. I'm sorry, but I'm telling the truth. If you agree with me, put in the chat #facts. #facts. I know having the people that y'all buy gifts for ain't even thinking about you. You ain't got a gift from them yet, and you've been buying gifts for them for the last 5 years. And here's the reason. You know what? I know that it's not a tit for tat. They don't have to give to me for me to give to them. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. In this year right here, this might be the year that you say, but you know what? I know they're not gonna miss me not giving them anything this year. This year, I'm gonna take a break.
Right.
I'm gonna take a break.
That part.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Last thing, and then y'all, we're gonna go. We having too much fun with this money conversation. All right. So what's the last thing on the list?
So number five, and this is the part that scares people during this type of environment: invest. You have to invest. I mean, it's so important. Let me tell you why. So usually economic downturns, right, or recessions, the stock market is going to go down, the value of companies go down, so the stock price goes down, and the best time to invest is when things are down, right? So that way, when it comes up,
you're getting it. You're making money.
You're getting all of the money. So if you have that emergency savings stacked and you don't have any debt, and you have these multiple streams of income coming in, you want to do yourself, you want to do your future self, you want to do your future family, future generations. Like, people become rich and wealthy off of investing. You cannot be scared of it, especially if you still have time before retirement. 20, 15 years, 30 years. If you are in your 20s right now and you still have time, you should be investing, being as risky as you can.
I missed that window. I'm sorry. I ain't in my 20s no more. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm like,
you can be any
I got a good 20 though. I know I got a good 20, 15 or 20 years to do whatever it is I'm gonna do.
The thing is, it's never too late, and I believe it's so important to invest.
I'm gonna take my 15 and 20 strong, okay? I'm gonna keep hanging around people like you and Janelle and all these people that got these strong money conversations. Mm-hmm. I'm hanging out with y'all. I'm at the table for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna be the one. Okay, so let's talk about what our money goes on next year.
Listen, if you feeling generous and you want to give Christmas gifts, we can start giving gifts that matter. Give someone a gift card to I forget what it is, the Robin or whichever one it is, for people to start investing, right? Yeah. Like, you can give more meaningful gifts that can really set people up. I mean, some people don't like multi-level marketing type of opportunities, but hey, some people making money from it. If you want to gift somebody, invite into a business like that, we really as a people have to change our mind frame and the way that we handle things, the way that we process certain information. I said earlier, a recession is not something to be scared about. You have to look at the opportunity in it, right? And if you, at a certain point in your life, you can really capitalize on this, right? Don't go out and buy a house right now. Why? The market is still high and the interest rates are high. But it's going to come down. The market is going to correct itself. And if you have cash, you can buy up some of these properties that will go into foreclosure. Now, it sounds sucky trying to, being able to capitalize off someone else's loss, but you know what? That's the name of the game. That's how it happens. It's a cycle, right? And we
And
all find
Lord's
ourselves in
willing, they're
different
gonna be able
points.
to rebound. I mean, it's just
Right.
a. I mean, I've been through those type of situations, and thank God you do rebound. We
Yeah.
did rebound. We still rebounding. We still in the recouping, and rebuilding. So don't let that stuff scare you.
Right.
Get out here in the game. If you want to do real estate investment, get in the game. Do it. It's coming. And like she said, this market has to self-correct. So that
Yes.
means all them high prices people were paying through the pandemic when there was no inventory and all that stuff. Guess what? All that stuff is about to come down. I know right now when I walk my neighborhood, doing my 3.5 miles, because y'all know I'm on this bringing sexy back, all right? Because I need to drop like 43 by April. I'm just saying. I'm talking about it because I'm doing it. When you ready, you ready. And I look at the houses, and they've been on the market for a long, long time. Like, it's one townhouse. I'm just like, yo, you might want to rent this out. You might want you might want to do something different, great brother and sister. You've been on the market for a long time now, but so it's already starting to self-correct. So if you can hang tight, just hang tight.
Hang
I
tight.
promise it's gonna
Hang
get to a
tight.
sweet spot, and you're
Yes.
gonna be able to capitalize on your investment. All right, so look. Quick recap. Let's just list 1 through 5 one more time for the note takers and the heartbreakers, the people that's out here doing it and making it happen. What's 1 through 5? Let's just list
1 through 5. Number 1, live below your means.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2, cut expenses, pay off debt. That's
Yes.
2 and 1. So you got a bonus. Number 3, increase your income, whether that's side hustles, selling things, getting a part-time job, creating a business, increase your income. Number 4, stack your emergency fund. Put as much into savings as possible. And after you're done with that, number 5 is you want to take some of that cash and you want to invest.
All right.
Okay.
Fantastic. So tell the people here, what is it that you will be giving away this year to one of the lucky winners here in this community?
Okay, so what I'm going to be giving away is a workshop session with me to go through to help you with one of the 5 things that I just mentioned, right? We can't do it all. There's just not enough time to do that in one session, but we can game plan on one of those items. So if you need help with living below your means, might be more of a budget conversation, cutting expenses, paying off your debt, whatever it is, one of those 5 things will talk about it, and I'll give you my time, and we're going to get you straight going into 2023.
All right, so that's the link right there on the screen. Get it, type it in. You got to be in it to win it. There's no other way to get this service if you don't register to win. Now, you could always just reach out to her, and I'm going to go ahead and share with you where you can follow her. Follow her at The Money Cook on Instagram. I'm putting that right now. Is there any other places besides that place for people to actually meet you and get to know you or set up an appointment? The Money Cook on Instagram. The Money Cook on Instagram.
Yes, that is it right now.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So y'all know where to go. You got to be in it to win it. Make sure you register. Kweyah, I want to say thank you so much for being here. Always an amazing conversation when you are in this space talking about these coins. It's just something about being in this space with people who know about this money. I just get super duper excited, and I don't feel bad about being excited about money, y'all. I'm okay with it. So hopefully you could become more comfortable with having these conversations too. Again, make sure you register to win your opportunity to be in a space with the Money Cook so she can help you with one of these 5, either living below your means, cutting your expenses and paying off debt, increasing your income, stacking up that emergency fund, or teaching you something about investing and what your options are. But don't pick investing if you ain't got no extra money to be investing. You might need to focus on cutting your expenses and paying down debt. Don't listen to me. Do whatever you want to do with your money. It's your plan. Work it out, but you got to register to win. Thank you guys for being here. Join me tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. It's me for the next 2 days. And I promise you don't want to miss it because I'm coming with the fire like hiya. So you got me on Saturday and you got me on Sunday. And then we'll kick it off with some other guests starting next week. But that's it. These are my only 2 days. So if you don't catch me on Saturday and Sunday, you ain't gonna have me do the 12 days of Christmas. And I took the weekends because I know sometimes it's a little challenging for people to be on social media on the weekend, y'all meeting with y'all family and doing all the things. But I promise you, you're not gonna want to miss the conversations that I'm putting down this weekend. So you might just want to go ahead and put it in your calendar. I'm gonna spend time with Dineen tomorrow night at 8 o'clock and Sunday night at 8 o'clock, so I can get these nuggets that she gonna drop, and then register for these gifts that she's gonna be giving away. All right, always looking forward to serving you. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. Thank you so much, Kweyah Cook. Thank you for being here. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. 12 Days of Christmas. Bye.
Bye.